Good day, everyone. Welcome to the 13th Musica FEUropa, the annual choral festival spearheaded by the Far Eastern University Choral, Far Eastern University Center for the Arts, and the European Union in the Philippines. I am Paul Cinco, a senior trainee of the FEU Choral, and I will be your masters of ceremonies for today. Maybe you guys are wondering on what these flags behind my back represents. To give you a bit of a trivia, these flags behind me are the languages used in the repertoires prepared by our participants and, of course, the European Union flag. This choral festival symbolizes the resiliency that we have, especially in our industry, where we spread inspiration, motivation, and hope through music. Let us begin our program by rising for the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the doxology to be performed by the FEU Choral, headed by Mr. Carl Angelo Tanco.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, peles ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bagaw, may dinagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdilingling, ang bituin at araw niya kailan, pang may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng luwal at ipagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pa ay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
now like to call on the chairman of Musica FEUropa and the director of the Far Eastern University Center for the Arts, Martin Lopez, for his opening remarks.
Dr. Lourdes Montinola, Chair Emeritus of Far Eastern University, to our distinguished critics, our participating choir, their fans, family members, and friends, members of the FEU Chorale, organizers of Musica FEUropa, to those watching us live in FEU, to those who are watching us live via Facebook and Zoom, welcome to Musica FEUropa 13. Musica FEUropa is the annual national choral festival of Far Eastern University in cooperation with the European Union and the Philippines. We are excited to mount Musica FEUropa 13. The key criteria of Musica FEUropa is that each participating choir has to perform 2 songs. 1 song written in any Filipino language or dialect, and 1 written in an official EU language by a composer from an EU nation. Starting with just 4 choirs in 2009, the participants of this choral festival rose to an all-time high of 31 choirs from all over the Philippines, with some of them going to win in competitions outside the country. Musica FEUropa has indeed become one of the definitive choirs and choral competitions in this country. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic that still affects our country and the world today, Musica FEUropa has moved to an online setup for the second time in 2 consecutive years, utilizing the power of technology to stage this choral festival and present the participating choirs' music, allowing audiences from around the country and even the world to hear their harmony and letting the choirs build their legacy. Hence, Musica FEUropa's theme of music, harmony, and legacy. The participating choirs will perform virtually, proving that beautiful music can still be made amidst the distance and restrictions in place. 5 choirs are participating in Musica FEUropa this year, namely the Salinlahi Serenata Singers from Silang, Cavite, the Capiz State University Main Chorale from Rojas City, Capiz, the Philomer Christian University Chorale, also from Rojas City and Capiz, joining us for 2 consecutive years, and the De La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute from Dasmariñas, Cavite. We also have the Rizal Technological University from Mandaluyong. What is unique about Musica FEUropa in general is that these choirs will then get to have special time with our esteemed critics. This year, our critics, who are renowned choral conductors and clinicians and composers, are Professor Mark Anthony Carpio, Dr. Ed Mangiat, Professor Ramon Mijauco Jr., Ms. Ana Tabita Abelda Piquero, and Mr. Jonathan Velasco. So much has happened in the last year since Musica FEUropa 12. The EU has lost 1 member, but hopes to gain other new countries as its members. There is an unsettling war in Europe, in the Ukraine in particular. We have just finished elections here in the Philippines. Despite all our trials and tribulations, music is still there to heal the soul and help us to overcome all these trials and tribulations. And we are grateful that through Musica FEUropa, we can reach out and make a difference. the lives of our choirs, in the lives of our country, and maybe in the lives of people watching from around the world. I would like to say thank you in particular to the FEU Chorale, headed by Carl Angelo Santos, for continuing to lead Musica FEUropa to greater heights. And in particular, I'd like to thank Mr. Tanco for all his work with the FEU Chorale and Musica FEUropa these last 5 years. With that, I ask you all to enjoy Musica FEUropa 13, cheer for all our choirs, and have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Martin. Moving on to the mechanics of this year's Musica FEUropa, participants shall submit the following: a video recording of the choir performing the following pieces, one choral piece in any Filipino language or dialect, one choral piece in an official European Union language. The videos can be a pre-recorded live performance or a virtual performance. The video performance must have been made no later than 2020. For virtual performances, the following guidelines should be followed. The audio to be used must be clear and audible. Any video or post-processing edit is up to the creative discretion of the choir. MF13 is different from our past festivals because we will have special awards this year. The Best in Virtual Performance is a special award to a participating choral group whose performance of their chosen pieces expresses an exceptional level of creativity, innovation, and harmony through the overall video and audio and production of their virtual performances. This award will only be given to virtual performances. Pre-recorded live performances are not qualified. Only participating choirs will be qualified for the award and must follow all guidelines mentioned above to be eligible for the prize. The criteria for judging are now flashed on the screen, and the main criteria are technicality with a total of 40 points, musicality 35 points, content 15 points, overall performance 10 points, with a total score of 100 points. This year's esteemed critics are Professor Mark Anthony Carpio. He is the successor of a national artist, Andrea O. Veneracion, as choir master of the Philippine Madrigal Singers in 2001. He has been adjudicating Musica FEUropa for 4 seasons and is in his 5th year already. Dr. Edgardo Lumbera Manguia, founder and director of the University of the Philippines Singing Ambassadors. He won the Best Conductor Award in the 9th UPSA European Concert Tour and has been a critic of the Musica FEUropa for 5 seasons already. Professor Ramon Lijauco Jr., a graduate of Masters in Music, major in Choral Conducting at St. Paul University, Manila College of Music. He is a conductor of 2 internationally renowned choirs, the Philippine Meister Singers and the Swan Blue Chorus. He is now in his 7th year of adjudicating Musica FEUropa. Professor Jonathan Velasco, a prominent figure in the global choral circuit with expertise in choral conducting and adjudicating. He was a member of the Artistic Committee of the 8th World Symposium on Choral Music held in Denmark back in 2008. He has already been a critic for Musica FEUropa for 4 seasons. Lastly, Miss Ana Tabita Abelada Piquero. Her stellar career began with the UP Singing Ambassadors before joining the Philippine Madrigal Singers. She received her conducting education from the Asian Institute of Liturgy and Music and the UP College of Music. She has been adjudicating Musica FEUropa for 4 seasons now, going on her 5th this year. Thank you in advance to all of our critics. For this year's Musica FEUropa, we have 5 groups performing from Capiz, Mandaluyong, and Cavite. Are you guys ready to hear the repertoire prepared by our participants? With no further delay, let us proceed to our first group. The De La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute Saringhimig was established in 2001, which was formerly known as MedChoir. Himig Ciencia, on the other hand, was established in 2016 as counterpart of Saring Himig in their senior high school department. Both choirs have the same conductor, hence their collaboration in performances in and out of the institution. The long wait is over. Let us now listen to the Saring Himig and Himig Ciencia. Thank you for that wonderful performance. Once again, the Saring Himig and Himig Ciencia. Let's give them a round of applause. Before we proceed to our next performers, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our adjudicator, Ma'am Ana Piquero. Welcome to our live stream. Moving on to our next choir. If you guys may ask, why did Saring Himig and Himig Ciencia and other choirs join the MF13? Please watch this video.
I believe Musica FEUropa is a great platform for us to showcase our talents and share our music with everyone. In the midst of pandemic, we want to give hope through singing, to inspire every person affected, that we could survive in this crisis. More importantly, I decided to be part of this event to grow as an individual, that this event can enrich my understanding and hopefully improve our way of singing.
Because us RTU Himig Rizalya wants to share our God-given talents, and we would also like to give thanks to the people that the music that they've created, and for us to share it to the whole world. Also, it is a very well prepared event. Thank you FEUropa for inviting RTU Himig Rizalya. We hope you the best and God bless.
We, the Saring Himig and Himig Ciencia Chorale, decided to join the Musica FEUropa to take part in creating a movement that recognizes the wonders and joys of music as an instrument of healing amidst adversity. Through our participation in this event, we are able to share our talents in the appreciation of the language of music.
We joined FEUropa again because we would like to share our talents, our passion to everyone, whenever and wherever they are.
So we decided to participate again in the Musica FEUropa dahil po sa big impact na naibigay sa amin ng festival na ito dati, at syempre, we want to continue music making.
Thank you. Moving on to our next choir. The Capiz State University Main Chorale is an established choral group at Capiz State University Main Campus, Rojas City. Professor Lourdes Guzman started this legacy and initially named them as CITinian Larks, before it was rebranded to Capiz State University Main Chorale. The group has won notable awards in national competitions, such as their three-peat first place finish at the Regional Pasok Standard Choir category competition. Once again, the Capiz State University Main Chorale.
Salidong maangay, 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 salidong maangay.
Thank you for that outstanding performance, Capiz Stage University Main Choral. Let's give them a round of applause. Before we move on to our next performers, I have asked this question a while ago. However, it would be much better if we would know it from a perspective of a participant. So we have asked some participants on what are their expectations on why they decided to register for Musica FEUropa 13. Please watch this video.
So, I expect and the choir really expect po na magkakaroon muli kami ng new experience at syempre new learnings from the adjudicators.
Since we are still under pandemic up to this day, we are expecting to have a different experience. But even though we are limited and our homes are far away from each other, we can create a one beautiful music together.
We expect that this event would be a platform for choirs to come together, showcase their talents, and find strength in music to overcome brave challenges that may come in our way.
I expect to gain more knowledge that can help us build a harmonious sound that could touch the hearts of the listeners. And apart from that, I am also looking forward to the performance of other choral groups as it features amazing talents all around the nation.
Mostly, we don't expect much. We only want to sing and we just want to have fun in this time. And this is not for us a competition but motivity where we would see each other again after what happened in the pandemic.
Thank you for that. Moving on to our next performers. The FCU Chorale is the official chorale of Philomar Christian University. The group has won champion in People's Choice Award in the 2018 and 2019 regional choir competitions in the Capiz Province Tourism, Culture, and Arts. A qualifier for the WCOPA 2020 choral competition and still aspires to perform at the international stage soon. Let us all welcome the Philomar Christian University Chorale.
La 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 Rosina de verde palmar la un día dejó de cantar dejó de reír entonces un guayabito de cafetal no le preguntaban vendía que y triste la flor contestó mirando el mar quien pierde su corazón no puede cantar y el mío se lo llevó no vio el barco que nueva y no volverá. Si un marino gentil, pero buen corazón, para hacerte feliz, yo de mí haré si me dices que sí. Si me dices que sí. Viene el verde palmar, entre romas y flores, como himno de amor. Si un marino gentil, pero buen corazón, para hacerte feliz, yo de mí haré se me dices que sí. Y en un verde palmar. Sampung mga daliri, sampung mga daliri, sampung mga daliri, sampung mga daliri, sampung, 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 kamay at saka, dalawang mata, dalawang tenga, ilong na maganda, sampung, 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 sampung mga daliri, kamay at saka, dalawang mata, dalawang tenga, ilong na maganda, sampung, 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 sampung mga daliri, kamay at saka, dalawang mata, dalawang tenga, ilong na maganda. Ang tatay mo kalbo, dalawa, tatlo, apat. Ang tatay mo payat, naligo sa dagat, naligo sa dagat. Nagtuklap ang balat, sampu, 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 kamay at saka, dalawang mata, tenga, ilong na maganda, ilong na maganda. Sampu, kamay at paa, dalawang mata, dalawang tenga, ilong na maganda. Yelo, malamig pag natunaw, tubig. Yelo, malamig pag natunaw, tubig. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, ang tatay mo kalbo, umahimos ang takbo, nabasag ang ulo. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, ang tatay mo payat, naligo sa dagat, natuklap ang balat, sampung mga daliri, kamay at paa. Ilong na maganda, sampung mga daliri, kamay at paa. Dalawang tenga, dalawang mata, ilong na maganda.
Thank you, FCU Choral, for that fantastic performance. Let's give them a round of applause. So far, all of the choirs that has presented have been impressive. To give our critics some time to process their scores and evaluations, let us welcome the FEU Bamboo Band under the directorship of Norberto Katz. Let us give them a virtual round of applause. Thank you for that wonderful performance, FEU Bamboo Band. Make sure to follow them on their social media platforms flashed on the screen a while ago. Now, moving on to our next choir. RTU Himig Rizalia is the singing troupe of Rizal Technological University under the mother organization Teatro Rizalia, the official cultural troupe of RTU. Let us all welcome the RTU Himig Rizalia.
Amen.
Thank you for that wonderful performance. RTU Himig Rizalia. Let's give them a round of applause. Before we proceed to our last performer, I would like to ask if everyone is still here on the Zoom meeting link. And for those who are watching in our Facebook Live, can you guys send me reactions if you are still there? And to those who are here in the Zoom meeting link, can you send me a thumbs up or a clap emoji so that I would know if you are still here with me, guys? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, moving on. We have asked some participants, how did they manage the transition from physical to visual performing? Please watch this video.
The transition from physical to virtual performing due to face-to-face restrictions brought by the onset of the pandemic has definitely been a challenge and made an impact to all of us. As a chorale, physical rehearsals are an integral aspect that binds us as a working and harmonious unit. It allows members to truly connect and nurture their abilities to achieve their full potential. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, flexibility and adaptability are the two key foundations that allowed us to manage the sudden shift in setup.
So before po, during the first year of the pandemic, so very limited talaga. So ang ginagawa po namin dati is we do virtual meetings, virtual rehearsals, na ginagamit namin yung mga online platforms like Google Meet, Zoom, and syempre, we do virtual performances din po. So, ngayon naman, medyo naging maluwag na and we got vaccinated na rin po lahat. So, ngayon, we do limited face-to-face rehearsals, following pa rin the guidelines and rules given by the IATF. At ngayon po, we do pre-recorded performances na rin and competitions.
What challenges has your group experienced in adapting the new virtual setup, and how did your group face these challenges?
One of the biggest challenges that we face as a group is yung pagkamis talaga sa mga live performances na ginagawa namin dati. Yung na-feel mo talaga yung spark, yung saya, yung excitement, at yung magandang pressure na naibibigay nito sa amin. So, nami-miss talaga namin pinaka yung mga family, yung friends namin na kahit malayo is pupuntahan talaga nila kami just to show their support, no? At syempre nami-miss din namin yung iba naming mga kasama sa competitions, na makita namin sila virtually.
We manage virtual performance with our patience and adjustments. Adapting to the new normal is quite hard, but since we are passionate about making music, we always find time to make it. As long as we are motivated to perform, we will always bring music to showcase our talents.
With the pandemic, face-to-face gatherings, performances, and activities were limited, and our university was not an exemption. Although it was quite difficult and challenging for us, yet we managed to gradually adjust to the virtual performing, driven by our goal, which is to inspire and to give hope to other people amidst this pandemic through our music ministry. Virtual performing is a tedious task, stretching from audio recording to video recording and then editing. We have encountered a lot of challenges, and having unnecessary background noises while recording is definitely one of the challenges. And since we are in a province and some of us are living in remote areas, we struggled a lot with the internet connection. In fact, we would record late at night and early in the morning just to send audio and video files to our editor. I'm just glad that despite of these challenges, we were able to rise from the occasion and produce great music with our cooperation, dedication, and passion in performing.
To be honest, it was very challenging since we are not used to record and do virtual performing. But we respond positively to that transition. Our reluctance to continue learning help us to adapt changes. With this, I believe we all need to grow, expand our horizons by finding means in making an effort to make everything work despite the challenges.
Thank you. Moving on to our last performers. The Salin Lahi Serenata Singers, also known as the Sa-Se-Si, is the official and resident choral ensemble of Bulihan Integrated National High School in Silang, Cavite, founded by Mr. Aristeo B. Butyal in July 2013. The group is a mixed youth choir that performs a wide array of choral works and arrangements, from Renaissance to contemporary periods, both local and foreign. Let us all welcome the Sa-Se-Si.
Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful performance, Salinlahi Serenata Singers. Let's give them a round of applause. All of the choirs that have performed have been quite impressive despite the limitation that has been given by the pandemic. The choirs have surely proved themselves that they are capable of anything, even with the limitations that we have, such as the pandemic. What do you guys think of their performance? I would like to call someone from our Zoom meeting link. May I please ask everyone to turn their cameras on? Again, I would like to encourage everyone to share our Facebook Live link. For sure, they can replay the whole stream after recording the live, and for them to see the great performances of all the participating choirs. Now, I would like to call on from SASEC. I would like to call on the conductor of SASEC. Are you there, sir?
Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. What are your thoughts on the performances that we had this afternoon?
I would like to say that all of choirs were good. They put their best, and even though that we are in the virtual setup, everything did well, and at the same time, we did not feel the feeling of having this what do you call this, the barrier. Even though that we are doing in the virtual, still the music making continues.
Thank you so much, sir. From CMC, Neil Joy Ubalubao. Ayan, hello. I would just like to ask you your thoughts on the performances that we had this afternoon.
Ayan. I'll speak in Tagalog na lang po so I can explain it well. But for me po, lahat naman po nang nag-perform is, they did their best, and I am happy that I was able to watch all of these videos and these performances. Yan lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much. How about from the FCU Chorale? Call on Belton. Ayan, hello.
Hello po. Impressive, sir, and magagaling talaga, sir. And na-try nila ang kanilang mga best nila, at wala nang masasabi. Magagaling talaga sila lahat po. And yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you so much. How about from RTU Himig Rizalia? I would like to call on Reynalyn.
No po.
Ayan, I would like to ask a different question. Among the 5 choirs that performed this afternoon, without bias, who among is your favorite?
For me po yung third po na nag-perform po. Very kumapit po yung harmony, and very powerful po yung pagkaka-perform, and well-prepared po.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Very powerful for that feed. Let's call someone our own FEU Chorale. I would like to call on Adrian Carriaga. Are you there?
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon. I would like to ask the same question. Among the 5 performers this afternoon, who is your favorite? And why?
To be fair po, lahat po talaga sila kasi they all excelled, they all excelled their talents. Parang pinakita nila. Tsaka, hindi ko naman masasabing may favorite ako at may bias kasi iba-iba naman po yung kantang kinanta nila. Kaya, yun po. Depende rin po kasi yun sa pagka-compose ng kanta. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Adrian. How about here in our virtual room? I would in a face-to-face setting, I would like to call on some of our members of the FEU Chorale to stand beside me and choose their favorites and what they gained from this year's Musica FEUropa. I would like to call on Mr. Carl Clidoro. Let's give him a round of applause. Can you please come down here? Ayan. Ayan, of course, me and my team are here in the face-to-face setting here in FEU conducting our annual Musica FEUropa. Now, Mr. Carl Credoro is here beside me, as you can see. I would like to ask him his thoughts on this year's Musica FEUropa. Oh, huwag kang kabahan. Para yung mga nandyan sa online, pa ako, may reputation tayo eh. Charot. Okay, huwag kang kabahan. Who among is your favorite and why? Plus, what did you gain in this year's Musica FEUropa?
Yan. Unang-una, ibibase ko na lang yung pagpili ko sa choir na tumatak sa kanyang kanta. Which is yung sa RTU is yung Isar Idarak. Yun. So far, lahat naman napanood ko and ayun yung song na tumatak sa akin. Pangalawa, yung natutunan ko dito ngayon sa MF13, tingin ko blessing in disguise to kahit na online to dahil mayroon akong bagong experience sa pagmamanage ng isang event.
And thank you. You can go back now. Ayan, so natutunan naman ni Mr. Carl, no? More on organizing. How about on the side of on the choral side? I would like to call on someone again from the room. I would like to call on Ate May. Ayan. Ate May, for everyone's information, Ate May Avila is one of our senior members here in the FEU Chorale. I would like to call her here right beside me to choose kung gustuhan niya what she learned from this year's Musica FEUropa.
Good afternoon po. For me, I think lahat naman sila nag-excel sa ginawa nilang performance for this event. Ayun. So, wala naman, parang sinuchoose ko sila lahat kasi iba-iba yung uniqueness ng performance ng choirs na sumali ngayon sa FEUropa. And yung natutunan ko, we learn to adopt kasi instead na usual na face-to-face lang or yung tulad ng NF12 na virtual lang, ngayon, naging hybrid na. Meron mga tao dito sa na face-to-face and meron din sa ating Zoom meeting and Facebook Live. Ayun lang.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Ate May. Ayan, tao. Let's not be shy, guys, especially those who are in the virtual world. I want to call on, let's not talk about learnings now. Let's talk about favorite. I would like to call on RTU Himig Rizalia's member named Joseph. Joseph, are you there? Ayon. Ayan. Hello, hello. Hello, Joseph. How are you?
I'm fine po, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. How many years have you been with the RTU Himig Rizalia choir?
I'm currently in my third year in RTU Himig Rizalia po.
Oh, okay, okay. That's nice. More power, stay strong. But I would like to ask, among all of the songs that has been performed this afternoon, what was your favorite? The one song from all of the songs performed. What was your favorite without bias?
Hindi ko po matandaan yung mga song title, but I think one of the song that na tumatak po sa akin this afternoon is yung sa pangalawa po, sir, na folk po. Yung naka-folk po sila na costumes po. Ang ganda po nung blending and rinig na rinig po yung hati po nila, lalo na po dun sa S2 po nun and alto po. Gandang-ganda po ako sa second performance po na yun, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I believe that was Capiz State University main chorale, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you, Joseph. Last one before we conclude our program and before we award the winner. Let's call someone from our virtual setup. How about from Sasesi, Eliza Yamat? Are you here, Eliza Yamat?
Hello po, yes po.
Ayan. Pwede mo ba akong mabigyan ng kind of a wrap-up ng ating Musica FEUropa? What is with Musica FEUropa this year? What are your experiences? What did you learn? And what was your favorite among all of the performers? Without bias, okay? Without bias. Judge from your own instinct.
So, para po sa akin, yung pinaka naging favorite ko talaga is yung isa pong choir na kumanta nung isa pong composition po ni Eric Asenvalds. Yun po. Tapos pagdating naman po sa wrap-up, ang masasabi ko lang po sa FEUropa, Musica FEUropa ngayon is that yung performance po is mas okay pa rin siya kahit na sabihin natin na nasa virtual world na po tayo. Pero hindi po yun naging hadlang para maisaayos yung festival na po ito. At marami rin pong natutulungan yung festival na to, lalo na po sa amin sa SASESI.
Ayan. Thank you so much. I would also like to ask our viewers in the Facebook Live. No, because we can someone give definite number of how many viewers we have? We have 67 million viewers. Joke. We have 67 viewers and that's a lot. You know, that's a lot given the industry that we have. Now, I would also like to ask our viewers, what were your favorite performances and what did you learn from our Musica FEUropa this year? I would like to ask you to put all of your answers in the comment section below and you can react if you want and makasa namin lahat ng thoughts nyo on this year's Musica FEUropa and of course how we could improve it for the next year. Okay? So thank you everyone for that astounding performance. Now comes the most anticipated aspect of the festival. The presentation of our special award. Take note, out of all video submissions, there are only 2 choirs that qualified with the mechanics. Video submissions are judged prior to the event, and scores will be sent to the choirs for transparency. I would like to call on Mr. Carl Angelo Tanco to award our certificates of appreciation to our participants, critics, and of course, our winner.
Good afternoon again, everyone. This certificate of appreciation is presented to the LaSalle Medical and Health Sciences Institute, Saringhimig and Himig-Sensya, Capiz State University, Main Coral, Rizal Technological University, Himig Rizalia, Philomer Christian University Coral, Salin Lahi Serenata Singers. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Professor Mark Anthony Carpio for being one of the critics in Musica FEUropa 13, given this 28th of May, 2023. Signed by Carl Angelo Tanco, Festival Director, and Martin Lopez, Festival Chairman. Professor Ramon Lihauco Jr., Dr. Edgardo Manguiat, Ms. Ana Tabita Abelada Piquero, Professor Jonathan Velasco. For our special award for the Best Virtual Performance Award goes to the LaSalle Medical and Health Science Institute, Saringhimig and Himig-Sensya. Good afternoon again, everyone. Before anything else, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank our distinguished guests and partners for this year's Musica FEUropa. FEU Chairman Emeritus Dr. Lourdes Montenola, FEU President Dr. Michael Alba, FEU Senior VP for Corporate Affairs Attorney Gianna Montenola, European Union in the Philippines Ambassador Luke Veron, European Union in the Philippines Deputy Head of Delegation Ana Isabel Sanchez Ruiz, European Union in the Philippines Public Affairs Officer Thelma Nicolea, Musica FEUropa 13 critics Ms. Ana Abeleda Piquero, Dr. Ed Mangiat, Professor Mark Anthony Carpio, Professor Ramon Lihauto Jr., Professor Jonathan Velasco, our official media partner, 98.7 ECFE, publicist Toots Tolentino, and to all the other media practitioners who help promote Musica FEUropa, FEU Education Technology, FEU Information Technology Services, FEU Logistics Services, and FEU Center for the Arts. Musica FEUropa has been thriving for the past 13 years, despite the recent COVID-19 pandemic. To continue its legacy, I have had the opportunity to be festival chairman since its 9th year. On its 10th year, the festival was elevated by opening the competition between two categories, mixed choir and high school choir. With that, we saw the competitive spirit and great potential of each choir. On its 11th year, we were able to collaborate with Mr. Sonder Choi and have his work El Vastomar as the contest piece. The piece was inspired by the love, struggle, bravery, revolution, and opposition of the Filipinos during the Spanish occupation. Then the pandemic hits the world. Musica FEUropa 12 was moved to another year, and for the first time in history, it was switched to an online concert with the participation of different choral groups in the Philippines. To this day, we continue to take the festival to another level. This year, the team has decided to put up a special award for the best video performance. Again, congratulations to De La Salle, Saring Himig and Himig Sensha, and thank you to all the choir who joined us this year. None of these would be possible without each one of you, and most especially the hard work of Ms. Arismay Merida, FCA Section Head, Mr. John Mark Isla, FCA Assistant, and Mr. Martin Lopez, FCA Director. And last, but of course not the least, my FEU Choral. Your hard work and dedication made this year's Musica FEUropa successful. Musica FEUropa was brought to you by Far Eastern University, European Union in the Philippines, FEU Center for the Arts, and the FEU Choral. Now, I'd like to present to you the participating choirs together with the FEU Choral, a Musica FEUropa tradition of Ande Freude.
Alleluia,
Thank you for that wonderful performance. I would like to thank Sir Jello as well for his closing remarks a while ago. And again, I would like to congratulate our winner for our special award, the De La Salle Medical and Health Institute, Saring Himig and Himig Siensya, for winning our Best in Virtual Performance. Let's give them a round of applause. For everyone's information, guys, our winner will be receiving a cash prize of 15,000 pesos. Congratulations to our winner. This concludes the concert segment of our program. MF13 will be uploaded soon on the YouTube channel of the FEU Center for the Arts. Please watch this short video. Again, we invite everyone to subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Far Eastern University Center for the Arts. We thank our viewers in our Facebook Live for streaming with us until the end of this program. After this statement, we will end our live streaming, but our Zoom participants, please stay here in our meeting link, for we still have something to do after. So, thank you again for our streamers in our Facebook Live, and thank you for streaming with us until the end of our program. Please watch this video.